What's up everybody, Marlacross 316 back with another comic book video, and today I'm going to be showing off the top 10 purchases of 2022. But before we get started, I just wanted to show off this cool looking background that I'm going to be featuring in most of my comic book hauls in the near future, especially in 2023. I'm going to use this as a background for all of my new videos. I picked this up at a store called Burlington. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's where I'm from, and I just could not pass it up. I bought it for a reasonable price. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I certainly did. My sister just so happened to get me these two coffee mugs. I got this cool looking Marvel mug here with all these different Marvel characters, as well as this one right here as Spider-Man, Iron Man, Daredevil, Hulk, Captain America, Thor. So that's really cool. So like I said, I hope y'all had a very great Christmas, enjoyed time with your loved ones, and got some cool gifts. And let's go ahead now and get started with the top 10 purchases of 2022. Starting out at number 10, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 294. And if you've been keeping up with my videos, you know that this has been a recent purchase. I picked this up at a winter comic book convention in Charlotte. And the reason why this makes number 10 is because this is a part of the Kraven's Last Hunt, and in this issue, Kraven the Hunter dies. So it's in my opinion, a major key, and it is in spectacular shape. I would say it's probably at least a near mint minus to a near mint. And I'm just so happy to add this to the collection, and I'll be looking out for the missing issues that I don't have for this storyline. Definitely, that's on my radar in the coming year. All right, coming in at number 9, we have Detective Comics issue number 401. And the reason why I chose this one is because this is not only an iconic Neal Adams cover, but this is the second time ever that Robin teams up with Batgirl, who is known as Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon at this time in like 1971 was pretty still new on the scene. She had made her appearance a couple of years prior, and so she's still pretty much a new character at this point. And so it's really cool to just note that this is the second ever time that Batgirl teams up with Robin, and it's really cool Neal Adams cover. I picked this up in January of this year. And in February of this year, I also got the very first artwork of Neal Adams on Batman, and that appeared in Detective Comics issue number 370. Came out in December of 1967. And such a really iconic cover here with Batman, who is trying to be the peacemaker here. He's not fighting back, and he's getting pummeled here by this guy. I thought this was just a really cool, issue that I picked up this year. I'm not much of a DC kind of guy. I'm more of a Marvel guy, but when it comes to Batman, especially Neal Adams Batman, I'll get anything that Neal Adams drawed, especially if he drew Batman. And so that's also on my radar for the new year. Trying to locate and, hunt down some Neal Adams Detective Comics and Batman. I'm also, going to try to continue that. All right, coming in at number 8, we have Fantastic Four number 33. This is the first appearance of Attuma, and this one I got for my birthday. I was super happy to add it to the collection. This one, like I said, was in a qualified grade, so The reason for that is the pinup in the back is missing, but still it presents very well. The whole story is still there, and it's an early Fantastic Four, and I was just glad to add this key to the collection. It's an iconic cover drawn by the great King Kirby, Jack Kirby himself. Along those same lines, I also picked up earlier this year another Fantastic Four Silver Age issue, and that one was Fantastic Four number 35, and this is the first appearance of Dragon Man. And Dragon Man is more of a undervalued character, and I don't think he'll ever, not anytime soon, he'll pop up in any MCU movie. I don't think he's going to be the first Fantastic Four villain that they fight in the new Fantastic Four movie, whenever that comes out. But still, Dragon Man, he's an old character, and you can find this for a reasonable price on eBay. I think I got this for like $35. Continuing down the line here, we're getting, going from 7 now to 6. This is Batman issue number 221. No significance here, it's just an iconic Neal Adams cover. I can't just say enough, this is such an iconic cover. When I, earlier this year, had a little phase of wanting to just, buy as much Neal Adams as I could, this is one of the first ones that I picked up in January of this year, and that was this issue. And the reason is just because of the cover. I mean, it's not in the best shape. I mean, you could see that there's a lot of stress on the spine here, but still, overall, it presents very, very well. And so that in itself, just because of the cover, makes it into the top 10 purchases of 2022. We're getting closer and closer now as we get into the bottom of the top 10. Coming in at number, I don't know, maybe 5 now. I can't keep up. But anyway, this is Amazing Spider-Man number 113. I also got this one for my birthday this year. And this is the first appearance of Hammerhead, who appears in this issue. At the very end of this issue, he pops up, and I think he's a really cool villain, and he's another Spider-Man villain that's relatively easy to get. And so if you're a collector of key villains or whatever, I would definitely hunt down this particular issue. It's an iconic John Romita Sr. cover as well. I love the colors. They just strike so well on this cover. All right, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We're down just to maybe 3 issues left. Coming in now at number 3, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 29. This one is the most I've ever spent on any comic book this year. I think I spent like $115 for this particular issue. I may have overspent, but I just really wanted this issue. And this is the second appearance of the Scorpion. It's a really cool Steve Ditko cover here. It's one of the earliest, or actually is the earliest, Amazing Spider-Man that I own in my collection. And I was just so happy to add this to the collection this year. I've added a lot of Amazing Spider-Man. If you've been keeping up this whole year, I've added a lot of Amazing Spider-Man to my collection this year. And this one just beats the cake here. I mean, this is the best example of the progress that I've made into my collection this year. Amazing Spider-Man 29, the second appearance of the Scorpion. And if you have been keeping up with my hauls this year, you know that I have added a couple of graded slabs to my collection. The year prior, I didn't own any slabs. Well, this was the first slab that I ever added to my collection, and this was Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 1, coming in at an 8.0. This is the very first slab I ever bought. I bought this in July of 2022. And this is really what kick-started my interest in, collecting more graded books, because I really never considered adding any graded books to my collection. But this is what kick-started the addiction. And, it's an iconic cover too. It may not be as valuable as the Amazing Spider-Man series, but still, there's some good keys that came from the Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 1. And I was just so happy to add this one. I think if you collect any of the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 1 is definitely one that you want to get. And so there you have it. That's coming in at number 2. And out of all of the graded books that I picked up this year, nothing beats this one right here. I got for a great deal. This is Wolverine Limited Series number 1, coming in at a 7.5. By far, the best purchase that I have picked up this year is this book. I did not even consider adding anything like this to my collection. I had this was not on my radar at all this year. But when it comes to the hobby, you got to watch out for deals. And so I, won this in an eBay auction. There was one other person bidding with me, and I won this book. And it is one of the prized possessions in my collection. I love Wolverine. He is my favorite X-Men character. And yes, this is definitely the best purchase that I picked up this year. And I hope to add more graded comic books in 2023. But there you have it, folks. That is the top 10 purchases of 2022. I hope you liked it. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And as always, be safe. Don't be stupid during the New Year's Eve and do something, with a crime or whatever. But still, be safe, have fun, and enjoy the new year. And I will see y'all soon.